Good morning, I'm Pratap Singh Gaikwad and welcome to another episode of The Buggy Khana. Let me begin by wishing you all a very happy Republic Day. So this morning we are preparing ourselves to take part in the annual VCCCI Classic Car Rally, and I would love for you guys to join me for the same.
Welcome.
Hi Nishan, and welcome to the Buggy Khana.
Thank you very much. I've been long waiting for it.
And thank you very much for organizing and helping organize this event. This is the second year in a row that I've been here, and
Thank you very much.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Thank you very much for your great support. You've always been with us and helping us in every way. It's been a great event, a great start today. This is our annual fiesta. I'm sure this tradition will always continue, and we hope to have many more events during the year.
Yeah, and I think it's it's events like this and the fact that they are so inclusive. It's open. You're seeing so many people coming so close and admiring these cars. It's also a catalyst to grow this community.
Absolutely.
They see the passion that all the owners sort of bring to this, and it's great for the owners to interact, and it's also great for the general people to come and see and witness this level of passion, and I'm sure it ignites something in them.
Absolutely.
For the future.
I mean, all the owners have been a great support to us and to the club VCCI. So we are very grateful to all our supporters and our members. And every year we see new cars coming in. Good restoration happening every year on year. So the quality of restoration, the cars in India is improving.
Correct.
And we are getting to see more newer cars every year.
I think it's events like this really that are catalysts, because like you say, the quality of restoration is improving. That happens because people see cars in this sort of a setup, and then they're able to see each year the improvements.
Absolutely.
And that's also driving everybody to do better and better, which is excellent.
So one classic example is the Elvis. So when I took it to Pebble Beach in 2018, it was my first international event. And I'm glad I did well there. That really got me encouraged to participate in more and more events, restore my cars to international standards. So I'm glad I'm getting into this sport and enjoying what I'm doing right now.
And I mean, your cars are stunning. I've seen a whole range and a whole variety of them. I'm sure you enjoy driving them as well, right?
I take out my cars on your Sunday mornings, just on my own single drives whenever possible, whenever I'm in town.
Correct.
So I keep on rotating. The Elvis is there, the Rolls I take it out sometimes, the, Chevrolet, Chrysler. So keep on rotating. So we just drive it around, in most of the Sundays whenever I'm in town.
Correct.
So I enjoy it.
And I mean, obviously, this is one of the special cars in your collection.
That's right.
And I mean, I've been admiring for the quality, for the pedigree,
That's right.
the provenance also that she has. And, that's another thing that I've been seeing more of, that people are recognizing provenance much more, the documentation,
That's right.
the history of cars, which is great. It's adding value also to these magnificent pieces
Absolutely. So this is a Elvis 1935 2.5 liter Vanden Pla body. So it's the only Vanden Pla 2.5 liter existing in the world.
of. Wow.
Okay, so I got this car restored through Mr. Vivek Goenka, who's done a fantastic job.
Right.
And I'm really, grateful for him for this, classic restoration that he's done on the car. And I like the work, and I'm just, totally in love with this car. So it's like, I don't
I can
this
see
car
that.
to drive to anybody else.
And you should.
If it's not me, I don't let it be driven by anybody else. So, the way the car moves. And we worked on this car a lot. And after coming back also from Pebble Beach, I did a few, mechanical inside my own team, which we have. So they helped me with a few, mechanical, restoration also. And she drives pretty well. Once we should go for a round.
Yeah, I would love to.
And,
Please invite me anytime.
Please, it'll be a pleasure and honor to have you with us.
Thank you.
Yes.
And you mentioned, I mean, you've taken her to Pebble Beach, which is the absolute pinnacle.
The best concourse in the world.
Correct. So now when you see the other restorations and even the restoration of your own car, how do you compare that now to the international?
Also, Indian restoration standards are improving.
Right.
We have many great restorers over here in India now.
Right.
Who are putting all the effort. It's a specialized job. So every time I see they're wanting to improve more and more, get it to international standards. Cosmetic wise, India, I would say, is at par with anybody else in the world. Mechanicals is being improved upon. Things are getting better, and I'm sure India will be one of the best restoration places in the world. Best restoration hub, and I'm sure a lot of international cars would come into India. For restoration. So our chrome work is the best, painting is the best.
Correct.
Entire cosmetic restorations, we are at par with any international standard.
So thank you once again for
Thank you very much for having me here, and we must catch up very soon.
done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow, what a beauty!
Welcome to the Buggy Khana.
Thank you, Pratap. It's a pleasure.
So, how's your experience of a car event been like so far?
No, it's very interesting because there's been an awesome turnout today. It's really surprising to see the kind of people who've come in at 8 o'clock in the morning to see cars. It just shows how cars and how people want, and they actually want to come and see these cars which are old beauties.
Right.
It's not about the new cars any longer. Everybody wants the old cars back.
Yeah.
And a lot of children. That's like, they're really excited about this. So there was I don't know if you saw this little kid on the bike. He must have been about 3 or 4, and he had his own little scooter bike.
Yeah. So the good thing about these events is obviously, I mean, it's open to everybody. So, people can come get close to all these cars and, enjoy them as well. And So I think it sort of encourages, it piques people's interest and excitement in this. And everybody, I mean, who doesn't like cars?
No, everybody loves cars, and especially now when the cars have been done up so well
Yeah,
and they've been restored. They're back to their old glory days. It's not like seeing a car 10 years back, which was, it was a vintage car, but no one actually cared about it or took care of it. But now everybody's like, all the cars are spick and span. They look better than the new cars right now.
correct. So did you notice the condition of the restorations?
It's amazing. They look as if they've just been picked up from the showroom.
Right.
And I think these kind of events also bring the community closer. All the people who have it, you get to know new and newer people, and they all, it becomes a bigger community, but it becomes close-knit because you have everybody together then.
Correct. Morning, Joey. Welcome to the
Morning.
Bagi
Morning, thank you.
It's good to have you here on a nice, crisp day. What have you brought to the event today?
1988 CRX.
Right.
It's a little 1.6 pocket rocket.
And is this stock? What have you done?
Completely stock.
Completely stock.
Yeah. Only the wheels are changed and has an end can, but that's about it.
Wow. So how long have you had this one?
Around 2 years now.
Okay. And do you use it often?
On and off. Whenever I get the time, and
Right.
Sunday mornings, sometimes at night, events like this, and that's it.
Correct. So this is what? This would be a front wheel drive, right?
Front wheel drive.
And is it manual or?
Manual.
That's, I mean,
A given. It's a given.
and a lot of fun as well.
Yeah. What's cool is that it has like the completely original interior still on the car. It's not reupholstered or anything, so it's
Right.
got the cool seats and all that.
And the paint, was it always this color?
No. So this is like a special paint code.
Right.
It's called Y49 yellow.
Okay.
And actually it was like a toxic yellow, but I replicated the exact same color and did it. The original color was black.
I remember years ago, I used to have a similar car, but it was white.
Okay.
And I remember the performance
It's
that
fun.
we had, and I'm talking years and years ago. She was like, I mean, I couldn't believe the amount of torque and the acceleration
Yeah.
that she had. And
It's like quite light, right? It's like
yeah,
750, 800 kilos,
correct. And also the size, right? It
Yeah.
makes perfect fun in the cities.
Yeah.
You can like.
And this is like a SIR. So it has like the bonnet and, this little scoop.
Right,
It has like the sunroof. Just a cool little car.
right.
But it's a non-VP tech model.
Okay. So great. So do you come to these sort of events often?
No, only because you called me.
Thank you for coming. And it's a platform again, to you invest in your car, you look after it. It's nice to, sort of come and, display them and drive in a convoy where, one is you get to interact with fellow enthusiasts, but also get to share some of this with, people that might get into it in future.
No, I'm sure a lot of people who come and see, like I just met one of your friends and he said, I was never into cars, and he still narrated the incident like he was waiting for a bus one day to go to college, and he thought he was trying to hitch a ride, and he said, I thought someone on a scooter, bike is going to give me a ride, and then you just came in on this side, and he said, hey, you had a black Audi or something.
Right.
And you just picked him up, and he said, that's, and when you love cars, that's it.
Yeah.
And
So that's actually a very funny story. That's a very dear friend of mine. And that's exactly how I met him. In fact, we were going to college and there was a guy hitchhiking and I gave him a lift. and now we've been friends for 30 years. And he is a fellow petrol head. And over the years, he's built up quite a collection for himself as well.
Yeah, he had a nice car today, which he had, his Cadillac.
Correct. Yeah. Good morning, Gertie.
Morning, Pratap.
Welcome to the Buggy Khana.
Thank you.
So, tell me, a car not very sort of characteristic of you. So, what is it?
Well, I blame the alcohol on this one, yeah. Was at a bar in Pune,
Right.
midnight, auction in America,
Okay.
and someone made me keep pressing the button. Next thing you know, it's mine.
And did you import her in this condition or?
Not at all. Actually, she was completely run down.
Right.
But I just love the lines, convertible, and
Was this the original color or?
it was a blue, but a different blue.
Right.
And, once we got it down here, then we had to restore the whole car. It wasn't running.
Right.
It was just about moving.
And how long did that process take?
So in this case, got stuck during COVID, had a lot of issues with the engine. So it took me nearly about 3 years to get it done.
Okay.
So still breaking it in now.
Right. And I mean, I know you as a person who drives a lot. You've driven from here to Chandigarh
Many times.
almost non-stop. So, what is this one like to drive? Because I know you like performance cars, you like your Jeep.
Yes. So this is a bit different. It's much easier to drive.
Right.
It's much more of a luxury cruiser. And as you rightly said, I've been following in your footsteps. So I prefer smaller, tighter cars.
Right.
But we're a group of boys. We do long drives once a year. So I was brainwashed into getting a more American cruiser.
Okay.
And this is what you have.
Great. And tell me about being in this event, participating here.
It's just amazing if you look around, and I'm sure Buggy Khana is going to cover it.
Right.
Just great to see the public participation. As a child, I used to look into all these old cars and be fascinated by them.
Right.
I never knew I'd have the privilege of owning one. And now that I do, I think it's great that you're sharing it with the public.
Absolutely. I mean, it really is encouraging, and especially to see cars in this condition, it sort of motivates you as well
Absolutely.
to, keep them, look after them better
Absolutely.
and enjoy them.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
It's
Gertie.
an honor to be on Buggy Khana.
Yeah. You must have seen the Atal Setu, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, the
Like
new-
Trans Harbour.
Yeah.
It's an amazing job that they've done. The tarmac is so nice. It's great to see Mumbai get the infrastructure that she deserves.
Because you don't get those open roads in the city to drive, but if you can drive on that, and they've kept the speed limit also a little higher, so it's better at 100. At least you can feel the car.
Yeah. So is this igniting the car lover in you?
It is. I've seen all your cars, and I've seen the passion that you have, and whatever little I know about cars is all through you. Look at the crowd. I'm like, the people waiting on Marine Drive also. That just shows the kind of new fond love people have for cars.
Yeah. So what do you think about the car you're sitting in right now?
It sounds amazing.
A
And-
very important component.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. That feeling, that the noise gives it gives that adrenaline in you, and and it flies. So what more do you want? You want a car which sounds like you're in something which is big and huge, but it's not. It's a nice compact car, but it's got the power. I love the color. It's a different color to the ones you normally get.
Yeah.
So it stands out, and it's been done so well that, and like I said, when you look at it from outside, it looks like a brand new car.
She's really extremely well restored actually, and touch wood, she's in very good running condition right now, and I really enjoy driving her a lot. She's got all the right ingredients. She's got a nice 6-cylinder, naturally aspirated engine. She's got manual gearbox. All of these things keep you sort of well engaged.
So you enjoy your 6:30 morning drives every day?
Yeah, I do. I actually find it quite therapeutic, to be honest. It's nice, empty roads, and right now lovely weather. and it's a time when you can be one with your car and really enjoy it.
Yeah, but that shows the passion that you have. That you do the drives at 6:30 in the morning when the roads are there. So it's the love for the car which comes out.
Yeah, and it's very important to drive these cars. These are not. If you buy them thinking that they're going to be a showpiece, then you're going to be in a bit of a problem, because if you don't use these cars, that's when they start giving you trouble. So very important to use them, and therefore I always say that like they say that you buy a painting, you should like the looks of the painting, because you're going to be staring at it most of the time at home. So with cars, it's you should be ready to enjoy the driving pleasure. If you don't, then you won't drive it, and it's not going to work out. Morning, Mesh.
Hi, Pratap. Nice to you as always.
Pleasure to meet you, and welcome to the Buggy Khana.
Thank you. The Buggy Khana. I've been following for the last 6 months.
Thank you.
Quite closely.
I hope you're enjoying it.
Loving it. Loving
Okay.
it.
So, gorgeous car here.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a little bit about this car, a bit of history, and how long has she been with you?
Well, it's a 1962 car. Obviously came into India in the 60s, but I was not connected with me then.
Right.
But about 30 years ago, I came across it actually at a conversation, overhearing a conversation at a party about a pilot who was leaving Bombay, and I chased it and got it, and it was in not such great shape.
Right.
And a gentleman who I admire to this day, even though he's passed on, is the Adrabad Chetna, gentleman who put this car on the road and put the engine in shape, and he's the guy who started me on this journey, down the line. A few other people have done the car. Midtown has just done this paint job, but I'll always remember Chetna.
So that was was it Apex?
Yes, Apex.
Worli.
I used to live in Worli, and I used to be there every day and literally sitting at his feet and learning about classic cars and how to do things the right way.
Correct. No, I remember him because I visited Apex many times, and I also had many conversations. I mean, I was much younger then, and I think that was the old school way of doing cars and fixing cars. It was a different time altogether. It was more like art, the way they handle them.
It is, but with these old cars, I think that is still the right way.
Correct.
Do things correctly, not so much outside in, but inside out.
Right.
And I mean, the engine of this car is a fantastic example. Has not been touched for 25 years.
And do you get to use her often? How often do you drive her?
In Bombay, it's weekends and obviously not in the monsoon.
Yeah.
But 2 days a week, which is quite a quite good, because otherwise you're sitting in a traffic jam, which is no point. But I'm looking forward to the new open roads now that are.
I mean, finally that's happening.
At last,
Yeah. But again, it's important to use these cars. You can restore them, you get them to a right specification. But if you don't use them often enough, it often leads to more problems. So it's important to, keep using them.
That's another thing Mr. Setna said. This car improves with use.
Correct.
All the things, the engine, the moving parts, all of that need to be, the more you use it, to smoother it run.
Absolutely. And I noticed that she's a manual transmission as well. So, I mean, that again makes it so much more fun. It also means that you concentrate so much more. You don't have hands to take phone calls, etc., because you've got your hands and feet all working at the same time.
Absolutely. In fact, this is one of the old models with the overdrive, and since Mr. Setna has passed, I haven't been able to get the overdrive to work. It's an electric overdrive that you, once you're on fourth, you just switch and a solenoid pulls, gets into overdrive. That's the plan now, to get all those little things done.
I know a person who I would recommend to you, and I'll connect you to him, called Christopher Rodericks.
We love that.
He works out of Bangalore,
Yeah.
and he's excellent when it comes to all these mechanical issues. So I will definitely.
I'd love that. I'd maybe drive her down to Bangalore and
And have you been to many events like this, the VCCI?
no, this is my first. I mean, I used to come and look at the cars, but participating has never been. I never thought this car was good enough. But now I think
No, absolutely. I mean, it's important to sort of participate. It's important to share your passion also. It's doing a bit of that when others get to see. And I think a lot of people here appreciate very much, because they understand how much hard work and effort also goes behind getting these cars on the road.
Yeah, well, there is a group that of Sunday drivers, classic. It's a casual group, and we meet at at Horniman Circle on Sunday mornings and go for a drive, on the eastern. I haven't for the last year because this car has been getting done. So there is a bit of social interaction with other enthusiasts. A lot of the cars are here, in fact. Some very good ones, including the winner at Pebble Beach. The rolls are there. So yes, I do interact with others, but yes, more events now, I think.
Yeah, because I mean, car culture in Mumbai and in India is really something on the rise. I mean, one can noticeably see that nowadays.
I hope they're going to permit older cars to drive freely in every sense of the word, because they're not necessarily going to meet the specs of very modern cars. So I do hope they allow, even if it's on weekends or special days, the use of old cars. And one of the things I'm seeing is, which is good in one sense, is the value that people are putting to old cars. And when I say value, it is a monetary side of it, but overall I think it's going to help, because if you treat these like art, as you said,
Absolutely.
then there is a value in restoration, in maintenance, and keeping these old cars on the road.
That's also driving the quality of the restoration to a higher level. And what I'm also noticing nowadays, the provenance is also playing a big role in a lot of these cars. People talk about, the history, they have the documentation, which was not something that people used to talk much about in the past.
Yeah.
So all of these little things also are adding to the value of the cars.
I love that. It's not just the year and what condition it is in, but so and so XYZ owned this car, and there is such a notional additional value even for me. If you say John F. Kennedy owned this car, I'm saying wow, or whoever.
Absolutely. It's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I look forward to seeing you again in the next one. Take care.